So we have everything here pretty much the way we want it, but when I hit play, you'll notice it actually takes a while to play everything back. Plus, being this is simulation, if I try to scrub my timeline, I actually can't scrub the animation, see how things, it needs to simulate and calculate every time I move the timeline. That's not the best way to preview how things look. I don't necessarily want to render it out at this time. So there's several ways to look at animation in real time or faster by creating a cache. You can create cache on the animate by plotting a geometry cache and then loading the geometry cache. Both writing and loading geometry cache will actually remove or eventually delete the ice tree because you can't have a cache and simulation at the same time with this method. Another method is you can use the cache on file node. Again, this one also will require you to either unlink or delete some of the ice tree. My favorite method is in the Explorer, and it's located under the Environment, Simulation Time Control, and you can actually create a cache here by turning on the cache, and you can also use lock cache so it doesn't re-simulate anything that's been cached before. When you hit play, it's going to cache every file. We can actually turn on the simulation information and see the files it's currently caching. And we're just going to cache 100 or so to get started, just show you how it works. That's enough. You can see now the files that cached, I can now scrub, use my timeline, and it also will play back closer to real time. This is not a rendering, so we can go, of course, full screen. We can move the camera around, and we can still see the cache plays back just how we'd like it to. I have a file that already has the cache saved on it, because if you save a file with the cache, then it will save the cache in there, so you won't have to re-simulate unless you, of course, delete the cache. And again, if I hit play now, here you'll see stop that for a second. All 1000 frames were cached when I toggled on the simulation information. Just turn it off again. So we can tell this is great, it's all cached. We can scrub the timeline, no problem, and see how everything looks and works all the way to frame 1000. If you need to recache, just turn this off. The cache will be deleted, and then you can turn it back on again and recache it. You can also save the cache to the mixer. Now, as I said, some methods do remove the ice tree. So here we have the ice tree, but when we save out the cache to the mixer, your ice tree will be removed. So in this case, you can see the ice tree. If we go back to our simulation time control and say save cache to mixer, it's going to ask you, do you want to actually give it a name, and do you want to add it to the mixer? And I'm going to say yes. When I hit OK, it's going to give me a warning. You're about to load a cache file onto a geometry where the operator stack contains simulation. Do you want to remove the simulation? If you hit no, nothing will happen. If you hit yes, the simulation, the ice tree will be removed. I already have a scene saved. That's important. Hit yes, and now the ice tree no longer has the simulation on it. But you can see everything is still running back in real time. If I turn this caching off, everything is still running back in real time. It actually doesn't have a simulation on here anymore. What's driving this animation is a cache file. And if we go to the mixer, Alt-0, it's a hotkey for that, you can see this brown node here. This is a file cache track. They're brown tracks, and this track is showing me our file cache clip that got created when we did the cache to file. And we can actually scale this down and see things play faster. If you want to speed up your effect, you could also do anything such as create time warp effects on it as well. So I could go here, right mouse button, clip properties, clip properties, and we can go here and we can do things like a time warp. I can turn this on, just make it clip warp here, and we can see here there's our 1000 frames. I can go here, I can make it a spline interpolation, so I can actually have different, we can say it starts really fast, and then it's like they're connected together right now. I just want to deselect them. So I can take this one, let's say it slows down at the end, and then we'll just take this clip and it starts very fast, and this way our effect will, if I hit play, it will start fast and then start to slow down. A little bit jumpy at the moment. We can make it the other way. We can say it starts very slow and then very fast. This way it's starting very slow and then it's starting to speed up as it moves forward through the cache file or through the animation. A little bit of a jump there as well. But that's really how you can work with these cache files and tweak them. I'll just turn the clip off here. So this is working with caches. It's definitely a great way of previewing and seeing how things look and not worrying about resimulating all the time.